Good afternoon and welcome to PAYE Modernisation with Thesaurus software. PAYE Modernisation was introduced this January 2019 to allow revenue to ensure that employees are receiving their correct tax credits and cut-off points throughout the year. PAYE Modernisation allows for real-time communication between employers and revenue. By operating in real time, revenue can ensure that the correct tax deduction is being made at the right time for every employee, meaning employees will not overpay or underpay tax. PAYE modernisation is a mandatory requirement for all employers. It does not change how you calculate your PAYE information or how you make payment to revenue, but how you send your payroll information through to revenue. Employers' reporting obligations such as P30s, P45s, P46s, P35s, and the generation of P60s have now been abolished by revenue. You will need to complete the final year P35 return for 2018 by February. So that's the final P35 you will ever send to revenue. Revenue Payroll Notifications, or RPNs, replace the current tax credit certificate. The latest RPN must be requested before every pay run to ensure the correct deduction of tax, USC, and LPT at all times. RPNs can be requested for new employees provided you have a PPSN for them and that they are registered for PAYE. And this is seamlessly handled through Thesaurus, as you'll see very shortly. Instead of monthly or quarterly P30 submissions or P35 submissions, employers or payroll processors on their behalf need to make a payroll file submission to revenue each time an employee is paid every pay period. This file is known as a payroll submission request or a PSR, and it'll be automatically created by the payroll software. This file will include details of payments to employees, statutory deductions, and details of starters and leavers. Payroll software will be fully integrated with revenue, and this will allow payroll processors to simplify the payroll and PAYE modernisation process and reduce the admin cost for employers. Now, going forward, revenue will issue a statement to employers with submission totals at the end of every month. Employers can either accept the statement as the monthly return, or they can correct the payroll data if the statement is incorrect. If an employer doesn't edit the statement, revenue will deem it to be accepted. Payment due dates will remain the same as last year. For example, employers paying quarterly will continue to pay quarterly, and likewise, if you're paying monthly, you will pay revenue monthly. So there's no change there. Revenue has developed an API feature which allows payroll software providers to fully integrate with Revenue's reporting system. This integration allows both the payroll software and revenue to talk to each other. The payroll software will enable you to create the required report in the payroll software and then submit it directly to revenue. So it'll send your file through to revenue in a few seconds. I'll now take you through how easy PAYE modernisation is with Thesaurus. Our other payroll software, BrightPay, also includes full PAYE modernisation functionality and revenue integration, and the process on both systems is very similar. So now we have PAYE modernisation with Thesaurus Payroll Manager. So here we have Thesaurus Payroll Manager, and you will see that the icons have changed with two extra options for RPN, the two there, and submitting the PSR. The first thing to do in Thesaurus Payroll Manager is to attach the digital cert. So you go to File and Add or Renew Digital Certificate. See it here? That's the very first thing you do. Very important that the digital cert is on the same PC as that which you're processing your payroll. Followed by the Add Renew Digital Cert. Choose whether you want to add the employer digital cert, or if you're a payroll bureau or an accountant, you can add an agent digital cert. We also have links here to help with help videos on how you actually add those digital certs, so you can check the videos there. Next, you'll be prompted to select the digital cert, and you click on the link and Thesaurus will open the location of that cert. You choose the relevant cert and select Open. Finally, enter the password, which is used to log into ROS, and click OK. The digital cert is now added and we can proceed to process the payroll. The first step to completing the payroll each period will be to import the RPN, and you'll see the on-screen prompts to do this. This facility enables you to update the payroll with the most up-to-date tax credits and cut-off points. So this will appear every pay period you're to do. Okay, so here we click on the RPN. Thesaurus will retrieve the information directly from revenue. Here you have an option to print the RPN details. See, everything is flown through there, and we'll click on update. So we're accepting that information from the RPN. Here, Thesaurus is telling us that there were no new tax credits and cut-off points found for any existing employees. However, if the RPN does find changes to an employee's credits and cut-off points, the employee's details will automatically be updated in the software. Along with checking the tax credit and cut-off points, the RPN is also checked for any inconsistencies between employees that are on the payroll software and employees that are included in the RPN. Now, in this instance, it's telling us that we have one employee in the RPN that's not currently on the payroll. So we can click a button at the right-hand side of the screen to seamlessly add it. So we're just going to add the employee there. We simply choose the pay frequency. We'll say weekly. And here we have the employee and finish. And here the employee is now being added to the payroll software from the RPN. And we click on OK. Now that we have the most up-to-date tax credits and cut-off points for the employees, we can now proceed to process the payroll. So we'll go in here as we normally do in Thesaurus and start adding in the payroll. It's exactly the same process as what you've always been used to if you've been using Thesaurus before this. So we'll just click on Update File. So we'll just update all the employees and close. You can then preview the payroll here. If we go in here to Payroll Preview, if you want to have an overview before you update the pay slips. Now we go into icon number 5 here and update the week. So update completed for week number 1. The next step is to send the PSR or payroll submission request to revenue. And similar to the RPN, you'll see a notification on the PSR icon. That'll always help you. You'll always see anything that's outstanding to guide you through. So we'll just click on there. We'll prepare the PSR, submit, and you'll receive a confirmation back that revenue have received the submission and the relevant tax amounts that were included on the PSR. So there's your submission, and here you get a notification to say submission successfully received and the total amount of taxes returned in the submission equals that. And we click on close now. Now that we've finished the payroll run, Thesaurus will prompt you to take a backup of the payroll data. It's much more important to take backups of payroll data with PAYE Modernisation. Okay, so we're backing up the data there. So with payroll, changes are inevitable, and this can be handled within the Corrections tab. So it is forgiving in that if you have made an error, sent the information through in the PSR, you can go in and make corrections. Now you've lots of options there. You can do it all again. You can add in a new employee. The payment was different, the wrong PPS, wrong PRSI class, or the employee has left. So they're the corrections, and you can send them through once again. Just to note also, as mentioned earlier, revenue payment due dates remain the same for all employers. Although you are submitting the information most likely on a weekly or monthly basis, the payment schedule does not change. No change there. Now, if you have any questions on PAYE Modernisation, please don't hesitate to email them to paymodernization@thesaurus.ie. So that's the end of the demo. As you can see from the demo, the PAYE Modernisation is quite straightforward in the Souris Payroll Manager, with just a couple of extra steps each payroll run that enables you to automate the retrieval of those P2Cs from revenue via the RPN and the submission of the PSR. There's no extra cost for PAYE Modernisation in the Thesaurus Payroll Manager. Now, this functionality is automatically available for both standard and bureau users. So once again, thank you for joining today's demo. And if you have any questions, PAYE Modernisation at thesaurus.ie. Thank you and bye bye.